Very warm welcome to this amazing space, isn't it? Just this opportunity that we have to connect with one another in meditation. I think it's so important in these days. And especially in these short days where we're not getting so much sunlight and our moods can be a little bit heavier. It's so important to just be able to have that space to kind of just nourish ourselves and to light up our hearts, to smile from the heart, and to get through this winter together. Hi Andreas, Martin, very warm welcome guys. Lovely to see you both. Some men arriving also, great. So let's take a moment to chill out, relax before we dive into the meditation. On Monday we're starting a wonderful course of Map to Self-Love. The link's in the bio if you want to join me and Steph, the wonderful Steph, the founder of the RSI movement meditation. Then I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Okay, for now, taking a moment just to relax, to settle, to be present in this wonderful moment, and also to appreciate for a moment just connecting with other people in meditation, because when we do that, it really does feel so much better. There's a lift. Yeah, when we meditate on our own, we can do that, but when we meditate in a group together, even when we're in different places, we get this little lift, and it's beautiful. So let's appreciate that for a moment. Hi Annalise, lovely to see you. Namaste, very warm welcome. Okay, Elle, nice to see you back. Lanellis, lovely to see you. Okay, today I'm going to share a little bit about getting over these limitations. Have you ever had that moment, when you're sitting there and your mind's just, a train of relentless thinking, criticizing yourself about something. Maybe you dropped something, you made a mistake, or you don't feel good enough, or just something arose that you just start to create a narrative in your mind that basically is controlling, criticizing, complaining about yourself. Okay, lovely to see you though. You ever had that? And have you ever thought to yourself, wouldn't you rather do something else instead? And I wrote a little passage about this in the intro for today's newsletter. If you get the newsletter, you'll know what I'm talking about. Changing our focus, when we learn how to take our focus away from that negative train of thought and placing it onto something positive, we break that pattern. We find something else that's more useful to focus on, more nourishing, more enlivening, more joyful, more positive. It's like we're climbing a mountain together, and what happened in the past is way down at the bottom of the mountain. We cannot go back there. We have to let it go. We have to keep our focus moving forward, staying on the path, staying alert, and just being aware. So let's do that together in this meditation today. Just simply bringing our focus away from the past, away from what's done, letting that go, and bringing a full attention to the aliveness of this moment, because it's through the present moment, connecting to the present moment, that we connect with our power, our aliveness, our joy, our love. And Lao Tzu said, if you're feeling depressed, you're focused on the past, and if you're feeling anxious, you're focused on the future. When you're feeling calm, your attention's in the present. So start now by simply bringing your focus to the present moment by primarily connecting to the body. And you can do that in a number of ways. Following the breath is the most easy, natural way of doing that. Just taking even one conscious breath. 2 is better. But using your breath as an anchor to kind of remind yourself to come back and connect to the present moment. So as we're having this intention, we're holding this intention to be here, to be present, to feel the joy of this moment, to feel the gratitude of this moment. So much nicer than, worrying about the past or the future. It doesn't nourish you. What's done is done, and what's going to be is going to be. So let's just be here now. And the paradox is that when you connect to the present, you become empowered to reshape your future, to create something magnificent. But for now, let's simply stay with the intention to be present, to relax in the moment. So you can connect to the breath, or listening to sounds is another way of going in. Or closing your eyes and just doing a body scan and noticing, how do you know that you have hands? How do you know that you have feet? Who's feeling the aliveness in the body? You may also find it natural for you to have some of your awareness resting on the breath, someone listening and someone sensing. It may be that you're more prominent reflecting or observing the inner experiences, or it may be easier for you to focus on the outer experiences, looking at a plant, a tree, listening to the birds. And some of you may even find it easy to simply be aware of everything that's going on, allowing your focus to flow and to move and to dance, and just to let go into the aliveness of this moment. With this attitude of playfulness, curiosity, diving into the richness of the here and the now. So as you follow a breath, what starts to happen is that things slow down. The thoughts will slow down. Your heartbeat will even slow down. And you'll also find that your breaths are longer and slower, fuller. As you drop more deeply into the aliveness of this moment, your vibration starts to change. You become aware of a feeling of calm relaxation within and around your body that simply arises naturally. And the reason for that is because you're no longer allowing yourself to be distracted by the mind, by the past. You're no longer getting stressed about the future. The past and the future dissolve, and in that space, the present moment expands. In the same way as you breathe in, it's like a rebirth. Your lungs fill with air and your chest expands. And your heart opens like a flower greeting the sun. And as your heart opens, there's a subtle release of the fragrance of joy, of well-being, of being in balance. And then, like the sun at midday, there's a peak of fullness. And then that moment of transcendence when you're neither breathing in nor out, you capture that silence. And then let go as you breathe out. There's this feeling of release, of letting go. That breath is coming to an end. As you exhale, this feeling of letting go, the body relaxes and your energy expands. And then again that moment of transcendence when you're neither breathing out and before you start breathing in. Silence. So this is why the breath is so powerful in bringing us into that still point. And you can observe that, still be listening. You can be doing something, you can be walking. You can be driving your car, sitting in a bus. Your breath is always there. This wonderful flow of energy. This constant reminder to be aware, be awake, alert. Connect to the aliveness of this moment. So you don't allow yourself to fall back into the past. What's done is done. Let it go. You're firmly rooted in the beautiful present moment. And that slowing down eventually comes to a point of transcendence where it feels timeless. You're simply resting in the part of you that is absolutely aware and alive. And you start to notice that subtle feeling of fullness. You may feel some energy in your hands or flowing along your spine. Or a sensation in your heart or your forehead. But the key to go deeper is that feeling of non-resistance. That decision to simply let go as you breathe out. Not to fight thoughts, not to fight the moment. To let go of that part that is controlling and narrating everything, criticizing, labeling, and simply fall into a deeper space of absolute tranquility. And this is who you are. nature, open, light. This feeling of being at home. And it's always there for you. Always available. So whenever you find yourself giving yourself a hard time, giving energy and attention to some narrative that's putting you down, just stop and acknowledge your uniqueness, your beauty, your magnificence. Shake off that unwanted pattern and focus on the present. Slow down. Follow a breath or two. Listen to the moment. Listen to your body. Listen to your heart. And be open to be inspired in spirit. And keep going, keep walking. Keep moving through life with dignity and grace. Knowing that you are held and supported. You're not alone. You are all one. Celebrate that. So remember who you are. Thank you, Maggie. Lovely to see you again. Big hug. Always great to see you guys. So remember this, it's amazing how just a few breaths, how quickly we can change the way that we feel. We can go from, zipping around and all busy, and just taking a few breaths and having the intention. The key is in your intention. Thank you, Christia. Lovely to see you. Varda Arena, lovely to see you. Sander, nice to see you too. So I wish for you all a magnificent week. And just if things do get a bit crazy, we're entering this time of the year, Christmas, you know. Take a breath. Connect with yourself. And you connect with yourself and then something changes. Something arises. And whenever you need a little bit of support, swing by and I'll see you all in the next session. All right, Andreas, thank you so much. Lots of love. Annalise, peaceful, just what I needed. Yes, it is amazing, isn't it, Annalise? It just a few minutes, what's that, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, can just completely change the way we feel. So remember that, practice that. Practice, 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 very important. Keep guarding the mind. Don't allow those relentless, negative, complaining, whatever stuff. Don't give it any space. Okay? Great to connect again. You too, Martin. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simone. Lots of love to you. Thank you, Astrid. Great big hug to you guys. Driving and breathing, Christian. Great. Isn't that amazing? See, you can do it 20. If you think about it, our breath is always moving. We're always breathing. If we stop breathing, you know, we'll soon know about it. Then we become very aware, right? So great to have that capacity to do that, Christian. Good job. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. And thank you so much for sharing your presence. And I will see you all in the next session. Take care and namaste. Ciao. Lots of love.